So we're using our Laguna Laser MX 100, and we are creating a custom skateboard light for the kids. Okay, so we pull our clear acrylic piece out of the laser. So what we've done is we have a top and a bottom. So on the bottom one, you're going to see that we've lasered the outside, we've lasered holes for the trucks, and then I have an optional couple extra holes so that you can mount it on the wall. Whereas if you use our little hanger, we don't need that. So then as well, we've lasered, so given I use 3/16 acrylic, you can use quarter, you could use less. I find that 3/16 is strong. So I have that in the file. So I have little holes, little round pieces lasered out, and I get that out of the scrap of the round. So there's no wasted material. You glue these to whatever thickness of acrylic you use is going to determine how thick this layering is, because this holds the screws that holds the face to the backer. So if you use 1/4 inch, you're probably going to have 3 layers. If you use 3/16, you're going to have 2, and it just kind of goes on. And then as well, you'll see out of the scrap of this, because there's always scrap, I laser 5/8 wide, and I just do pieces, and I glue them on. So then when I glue these on, we use a weld-on 3, and it works very well. You need something that heats the acrylic and welds it. You can't just use glue, or it's going to fall off the wall. So you can either just brush this on, or you can buy a little tube with a needle, and you can surgically glue them together. So you've lasered out your bottom plate, which has got all the holes in it for the trucks, optional. You've got holes in here for the Chicago screw. They're called Chicago screws, or they're called sex screws, but they go in, and that's what's holding the 2 layers together. And what I've done is I've just went on Kijiji or wherever, your local thrift store, and buy used wheels in trucks. They cost me $10 for the whole 4. And so you screw those on, and then I've got my pieces. So what you do is you glue these on with your weld-on 3. I used to do it where I put the LEDs on the flat, but then when you try to bend the LED around the corner, you wreck the electrical circuit, and then sometimes it doesn't work, and then you got to go buy a whole new strip and do it again. Whereas if you do it this way, they go around, there's no problem, you're not wrecking anything, you actually use less, and then when you use clear, you get the glow out the side as well. So that's kind of nice. So, and it's super easy to put on. There's double-sided tape on the back of the LEDs, and in here I've got a access that you laser right in. So the little bend here is I went and bought a skateboard, and I lasered this out. It's flat. I took a hot hair dryer. We actually have an acrylic bender, but you just have to get a heat gun, lay your acrylic on top of the skateboard that you're going to buy, heat this up with your heat gun, push down on it, and form it to the bend of an actual skateboard. It's actually quite slick. And just make sure when you're running your LEDs that you're allotting these little brackets come right with the LED strip. So, but make sure that you stick your photocell out so that your remote can see it. It's actually quite easy. So, and then when you're doing this, you can paint the back of your acrylic. I've got access to a decal material, so we just put white on the back. important to be using clear, that's going to allow the light to bleed through the face. If you don't use clear acrylic, obviously you won't get that lit effect. So then what I've done is we have access to a printer, so I just designed a multitude of designs. I mean, we did a candy skull. So you just lay it down, stick it down, trim it out. These are transparent. So this is a translucent material that we print this on, which allows the light to bleed through. You will not get this effect if you don't use translucent material. So we did a totem pole. We've got a cute little monster. We've got a dozen different designs. And it's not that costly. You can go to your local sign business or digital printer and they would print these off for you for not a lot of money, I don't think. So you've lasered your back, you've glued your spacers on that your Chicago screws go in, you've attached your trucks. Then the only other thing to do would be to have your design, you're going to lay it down, you're going to trim it out, and then you're going to lay this on top. And I do actually have a design where these are actually affixed to the back so you don't see these. I like this look. I think it just looks kind of industrial. But so if you lined it up, actually I don't know why I don't know. So you're just gonna put them all in. Just that last one. And then you just flat-headed screwdriver. Just gotta hold the front. Just start them before you tighten. It's kind of like doing the tire. Just in case your lasering wasn't 100% true, if you get them all started first before you tighten one up, then it just assures that all your Chicago screws will fit. I'm happy to send you all the files for the front and the back. Whatever. So just tighten these up. And then what I did is I went to a local welder here and I had them build a cool little wall mount for it. These are kind of neat because we've just set them on the floor, on the wheels. You can stand them in a corner. Doesn't necessarily have to hang on the wall. As you can see from the start, we stand one in the corner of the bathroom at work just because, I don't know, there's something going on with our electrical, and every once in a while the light will go out in the bathroom and it's a little awkward. So that just stays on 24/7. I mean, that thing's been on forever. But you're only limited to your imagination, for sure. So you can just leave it flat. You can stand it up in a corner. Or what we've done is we've went and we had this little guy made up. So it just fits right in the trucks. You attach this to the wall. You attach this to the wall, and then the wheels just set right in there, and now you got a gorgeous, and we had a powder coated, and you don't have to go to that extent, but anyways, yeah, and the look of it is, you know, quite unique. Again, the look is super unique. You've got your little remote control. The kids can be laying in bed and change the color. I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. And you can go after whatever look you want. You can dim it. You can make it brighter. And then, given some of the different designs that we've done, I mean, different colors look super cool with some of the different designs. But anyways, I don't mind sharing all the files even. It was a pleasure to kind of start creating and see it come to fruition.